Someone who's always on time.
Farhan. Alia also.
Yeah,
Alia.
we've,
Alia, Farhan, they're always on time. The person cast last was Agastya, and I just kept retesting him. He didn't think he had it.
Hi Zoya, hi Reema, welcome to the Quint and thank you so much for talking to me.
Thanks for having us.
Firstly, your name is attached to our project. There's just so much excitement. The expectations are through the roof. Do you guys feel that pressure?
To be honest, the kind of people we are and how much we like doing what we do, even if people didn't expect anything from us, we'd be nervous.
Talking about Archies, of course, in a recent interview, I heard that you guys had all watched the film together. What was the mood like in the room after the film, the credits rolled, the end credits rolled?
I didn't sit.
You didn't?
I called, it was a cast and they hadn't seen anything yet.
Oh.
So I called them home
because
I think they hadn't seen themselves on screen
in
that way. So I called them home and I set it up. So there were 9 of them. It was very, very sweet because they were very overwhelmed.
So sweet.
And they just kept praising each other, which I thought was the sweetest thing.
Yeah. What did you think after you watched the film?
Every time I watch a Zoya Akhtar film, as a director, firstly, I start getting insecure about my craft.
That's such a nice
I always tell her this. So, every time I watch Zoya's film, firstly, I have to grapple with that. But then once I got over that, I thought the story was coming along beautifully. Zoya did some structure changes, which I thought just sort of clinched it.
She's flattering me. None of the films I've done would be the same if she wasn't on it.
That's
because she's written them.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not flattering you.
Okay.
But
it's also true.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think it does. I mean, it's not just me. I've spoken to several other directors and really good directors.
Okay, now
so
let's
it
move
is.
on.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Like after Gully Boy, there was a bunch of us who were like, we may not be able to get over this.
Let's move on. Yeah.
Okay, I think we've embarrassed Zoya enough, Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, please.
You guys have, of course, worked with some great actors and, someone who's been in the industry for a long time. When you direct fresh faces, how different is that? How much more involved do you have to be in that process?
When you work with someone new, whether they are established or fresh, it's a completely new experience.
Right.
Like for me to go back now and work with Farhan, or work with Ritik, or work with Ranveer, who I've done like 2 films each with, I would be very comfortable because I know them. I mean, it would be like getting on the dance floor with an old partner, you know what I mean? I know them. When it's a new established actor or a newcomer, it's a new equation you're forming. As a director, it's very important for your actor to trust you. And for you to trust that actor. That bond is very important for me. And I need to create that. I need to love my actor. Like, and I need that back. The newcomers, I mean, you have to do a lot more prep. And, but that's it. There's nothing else is different.
Do you guys remember their reactions when you told all of them they were cast in the Archies?
Some were giggling, some started laughing, some were like, I can't believe it. I think the person cast last was Agastya, and Archie was very key because Archie has a tricky role. I mean, it's a dramatic role. Once you see the film, you'll know. But there's also the Archie, Betty, Veronica triangle, and that needed to come off with innocence, and that had to have a certain real true blue essence. And we tested so many boys and he just had that, and I just kept retesting him. I tested him in English, I tested him in Hindi, I tested him in comedy scenes, I tested him in drama scenes. We just kept testing. So he didn't think he had it. And then finally it came down to like 2 people, and we started watching it and calling everyone in the office in, people that knew him, people that didn't know him, random people. And it was just like, Archie, Archie, Archie. It was just, so we knew because it was a lead, so it was very tough. And
I think because he had been through so much.
So many.
When we called him,
he didn't believe it because he didn't think he had it. So we video called him and he was in the gym and we were like, we need to talk to you. And he was like, okay. He was so like serious, and we like, can you sit down? And he was like, yeah. We just want to say that we've made up our mind and we'd really like you to play Archie. And he was like, is this a joke? And we're like, no. And he's like, okay, thank you. Then I get a call back saying, is this a prank? And I'm like, no, it's no. Why would I prank you like this? That's awful.
What's the biggest praise that you've received after the trailer hit? And who was it from?
I think for me the best and most unique reaction after the trailer, a lot of people came and they came with their families. So there's this little girl, who studies in class 2, and she said to me that this is really good because people need oxygen to live.
Wow.
And trees make oxygen. So that kind of approval, because I think this is also the first time that, Zoya and me kind of write for a over 16 kind of audience, and this is the first time we've gone from
To the tweens, to the kids.
to kids, to, so for me that was very validating.
I know this is a question that you're like exhausted, so I'm going to ask you. Does it kind of upset you when you've put in so much work, the media, the people, all they're talking about, 3 people who are cast and kind of not giving the importance that the others deserve? What do you want to tell these guys?
People will obviously say something else once the film comes out. So you have to just wait and the film to come out and everyone will speak for themselves.
Yeah.
But besides that, we are filmmakers and we'll do what's best for our film.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah. If you were cast in the Archies, who would you play?
I'd love to be Jughead.
I had a feeling you're going to say that. I don't know why.
I love Jughead. I've always loved Jughead, yeah.
I think I would oscillate between the 3 girls, Ethel, Veronica, Betty. I think I'd have my days on all 3.
You're a mix of all 3?
Reema finds it funny.
I find it very funny.
What is it
because
about?
while we were writing, Zoya kept insisting she's a Betty. And I was like, you are not Betty from any angle. You are a Veronica from every angle.
She's a Veronica?
Zoya's a Veronica.
I'm telling you, I would oscillate and I would even have Jughead days. Let me just put it that way.
If Archies took a leap, who would you cast from the industry?
Oh, if you had like a different...
The older generation.
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, right now, there is a person coming to mind, but it's only because he has curly hair. So I don't know if that's fair casting.
As Archie. Yeah, Hrithik as Archie.
Or
Okay.
even Farhan. as
Farhan
Archie.
would be a great Jughead also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Betty, I think, is Katrina.
Oh, yes. Yes. Veronica.
Deepika could be a
Or
Veronica.
Karina.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Alia could be Betty. I think.
Alia also could be Betty.
So too many options.
Yeah.
Before we go, I have just very few quick questions. It's about actors that you'll have worked with, not just in the film, across, okay? It's most likely to be on set even on their day off.
Anil Kapoor. And all the Archie's kids.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
really?
apart from the Archie's kids, I don't know any actors.
Someone who's always on time.
Farhan. Alia also.
Yeah, I
Alia.
mean,
Alia, Farhan, they're always on time.
I mean, all of them. I've never had people come very late.
How nice to hear that.
Yeah, but most of them are on time.
Yeah, most, I've found people to be quite professional.
Yeah.
The issue that you have with actors and maybe, is coming out of the makeup van. That is a separate story. They come to location on time. Yeah.
Okay. To improvise on sets.
Everyone a little bit.
Yeah, well, for me, I think that was Akshay Kumar. He improvised a lot.
To call you to take advice on a film they've been offered.
No, my brother, I mean, but that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no.
No?
Yeah, no.
Okay. To call you at random hours to discuss their roles. And you're like, listen, what's going on?
That a
That
lot
is
of people
across
do.
the board.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, across the board. So I like it, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fab. Like I
Yeah, it's
just
nice.
worked with Adarsh Gaurav. But everybody, even Amir is like that. And Amir will call
Yeah.
you anytime, saying,
Yeah.
and he'll ask you a question.
Because
and,
they are prepping
yeah.
at some point and if they need to figure something, I like that.
To be a nervous wreck before a film's release.
I don't know any artist that's not.
Yeah?
There can be degrees.
You're not angsty, but you're nervous.
Nervous.
Yeah.
There can be degrees and there can be, the way they handle it can be different.
Right.
But everyone's a little on edge.
Yeah.
So are you too nervous sitting here today?
Yes, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But I don't think you guys have much to be nervous about. I'm hearing really good things.
Let's see.
Yeah, we're both.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for talking to me and
Thank
good luck
you.
for the film.